The story of the prodigal son. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a wealthy man named Jacob. He resided on a large farm with his two sons, the elder son, Aaron, and the younger son, Benjamin. Jacob loved both of his sons dearly and did his best to raise them to be good men. One day, Benjamin, the younger son, approached his father and said, "Father, please give me my share of the inheritance. I want to go far away to find a new and freer life." Jacob was saddened but respected his son's decision. He divided his property and gave Benjamin his share. With a large sum of money in hand, Benjamin left home and began his journey. Benjamin traveled to a distant city, where he started to live extravagantly. He indulged in luxury, partied every night, and spent all his money on frivolous pleasures. But one day, his money ran out, and a severe famine struck the land. Benjamin found himself in dire straits, unable to afford food and living in misery. With no other options, Benjamin sought work and was hired to tend pigs for a farmer. He felt humiliated and suffered greatly, living in filth and hunger. He even longed to eat the food given to the pigs, but no one gave him anything. In his desperation, Benjamin remembered the happy days at his father's house. He thought to himself, "My father's hired servants have more than enough food, and here I am starving to death. I will go back to my father and ask him to hire me as a servant because I am no longer worthy to be called his son." Determined to return, Benjamin set off for home. While he was still a long way off, his father, Jacob, saw him coming. Jacob did not hesitate. He ran to his son and embraced him. Benjamin, in tears, said, "Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son." But Jacob did not listen. He called his servants to bring the finest robe and put it on his son, place a ring on his finger, and sandals on his feet. Then he ordered them to slaughter the fattened calf to celebrate his son's return with a grand feast. The elder son, Aaron, was working in the fields when he came back and heard music and laughter from the house. He asked one of the servants what was happening, and the servant replied, "Your brother has returned, and your father has thrown a big party to celebrate his return." Aaron was furious and refused to go inside. Jacob came out to find him and said, "My son, you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But today, we must celebrate and be glad because your brother was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." message from Jesus based on the story of the prodigal son. My beloved children, through the story of the prodigal son, I want to share with you important lessons about love, forgiveness, and compassion. The father in the story represents my unconditional love for you. No matter how far you stray or the mistakes you make, my love for you never fades. Remember, you always have a place to return to, where I am waiting with open arms. Everyone makes mistakes, and no one is perfect. The key is to recognize your errors, repent, and seek to make amends. Just like the younger son in the story, when you return with a sincere heart, I am always ready to forgive and welcome you back. Learn to be compassionate and forgiving towards others, just as the Father forgave his Son. Compassion not only helps others, but also brings peace and happiness to your own heart. Remember, love and compassion are the paths to harmony and peace. Family and community are where love and support are most strongly manifested. Cherish and nurture these precious relationships, for they are the source of strength that helps you overcome life's challenges. In life, you may be tempted by distractions and stray from true values. But always remember, the most important things are love, honesty, and gratitude. When you rediscover these values, you will find the path to true peace and happiness. My dear children, always keep these lessons in your heart and practice them in your daily life. I am always with you, loving and guiding you on the path of truth and light. With boundless love, Jesus.